Eric Marriott, he's in the red and black trunks. Joe Warren in the black trunks. Jorge Alonso, the referee. The bell in round number 1. Warren going for the shoot. Warren throwing the knee.
No surprise at all, Joe Warren not interested in boxing at all, coming in straight for the takedown. I think that's a good idea.
If you know anything about Greco-Roman wrestling, you know that enables Joe Warren to do just like that. Take down Eric Marriott almost simply.
Well, he has an amazing clinch, and not only that, an All-American at the University of Michigan and a great freestyle wrestler. He can wrestle any way you want.
In our fighter meetings, Marriott said, my only fear is that he'll pin me, basically hold me down for 15 minutes and win an ugly decision. Marriott was very emphatic in saying, Joe Warren can't finish me.
Well, in Joe Warren's interview, he said, I don't care if I finish him. If I have to grind him out for 15 minutes and do that to every opponent, that's fine with me.
Swing and a miss with the right hand by Warren.
Joe Warren still staying very busy.
Warren, a Team Quest fighter, has fellow Olympian Heath Sims, who's in the 2002 Summer Games. That's his chief second in his corner.
Now this is where Joe Warren got in trouble against Bibiano Fernandez. He tends to take his weight off his hips and lean forward in the guard. You don't want to do that against someone with good jiu-jitsu. Now it's a matter of whether or not Eric Marriott's jiu-jitsu is on that level. Certainly isn't on the level of Bibiano Fernandez.
Eric Marriott really has learned MMA on the job. Wrestled 1 year in high school, but never really competed in fighting sports. First amateur MMA fight at age 19, first pro MMA fight at age 22. Now at age 24, this is his 20th fight as a professional MMA fighter.
Well, that's the question in a fight like this, Sean. Do 19 fights on the Midwest circuit equal 3 fights in Dream against the best? You know, we're going to find out now.
Again, Joe Warren 2-1. Jimmy, as you said, all 3 of those fights last year in Dream. That was at 140 pounds in that Dream tournament. Warren wrestled in Greco-Roman at 132 pounds. First time he's been at 145.
Well, actually, he was underweight for the weigh-ins. Before, he was feeling fine, didn't have to cut any weight. Eric Marriott had to cut a little. You see Eric Marriott here going for the leg lock.
Warren pulls
out of that.
Marriott keeping his composure.
You see Marriott trying to catch him coming in, going for those short uppercuts and punches, but Joe Warren doing the same thing he did against Kid Yamamoto. He comes in reaching with his head down. The question is, does Marriott have the power and the accuracy to take advantage of it? Because he's not going to win this battle in the clinch, Sean.
Clever little spin by Marriott. Marriott's just been taken down 1 time, Jimmy. I don't really believe in moral victories, but that's sort of a moral victory.
Well, he got taken out, but he also got held down, and this round is half over. Body lock, that's a takedown every time for Joe Warren.
Marriott reached over, almost going for a sneaky little guillotine, and that's the position he found himself in.
What you saw when they hit the ground, Sean, his back was turned. Joe Warren, not having the jiu-jitsu experience to take his back, actually flattened him out, wanted side control.
This is the position that Eric Marriott did not want to be in versus Joe Warren. Now closing guard is Eric Marriott. See what Joe Warren can do, fighting out of Marriott's guard.
Now, I like what Joe Warren is doing. You saw when he was on top, looked up in his corner, he sims, and then turned him straight into the cage. In the interview, Sean, you know, Joe Warren comes off about as humble as Rick James. But
line of the night, Jimmy.
But in the interview, he said, I'm still a student, I'm still learning. So he knows enough to look at his coaches for advice to improve his position. He's not a full-fledged MMA fighter to himself yet. He knows he has a lot to learn.
This right now is pretty much how you and I thought this round number 1 would go.
Well, good
armbar. Going for the armbar, looking to finish. Looking for the huge upset is Eric Marriott. Can he finish Joe Warren?
Now that was just physicality. That is not how you're supposed to get out of an armbar, but just too strong, able to pick Eric Marriott up and slam him down.
Marriott, again, feels that he's the overwhelming favorite. If he can submit Joe Warren, that's maybe the biggest upset in MMA in 2010.
Now, certainly would be. This is a guy who defeated Kid Yamamoto and Chase Beebe in very long, difficult fights. Sean, we've seen guys before make a name in MMA early with upsets by knockout. He went the distance. He can win a long fight. Now going for the triangle.
Locked down by Eric Marriott. Can he finish?
Oh, this is tight, Sean.
This is really tight. Warren is in trouble, trying to scramble to better position. Classic triangle choke there by Eric Marriott.
Marriott is not letting this go. Warren is in big trouble.
Referee Jorge Alonso taking a very close look. Marriott looking to finish. Dying seconds, round number 1. Can he submit Joe Warren?
I don't think he has the time. Sean Bell's about to ring. Well, and that is it. He manages to get out.